Hello, and welcome to a very special review. Today, we are looking at the Scala Big Family House, as well as, I believe, the laundry room set, as well as possibly some additional sets from the Scala line. Now, I was very fortunate in that I was able to pick this set up for $50. I was able to actually buy it from the original owner. She said that she had packed it up for eBay, but wanted to see if anyone local wanted to buy it. So she posted a classifieds ad, and I happened to see it, and I was able to go out and get it, and it was super nice because these windows she had personally wrapped in a paper towel before actually like putting them into storage. And so that was super nice. This thing is massive. It's, I believe, 22 inches tall. So just under 2 feet tall. And it is all Lego. Which you might not believe looking at it, because it's such a unique looking thing, and honestly building it was such a different experience. If we take a closer look at, say, this window here, we can see how the system all goes together. Because it's super fascinating where this window just sort of pops in and out like that. And it has two different pieces, being that base there, and then the actual window here, which it has these two 1x2 stud connections that allow this bottom part to connect. And then if we take a look on the side, or perhaps the top, you can see the little clips that it just snaps into that wall right there. So we'll go ahead and we'll put this back on. Now, sometimes they can be a little tricky when that happens. But, if we move over to the front here, we can see the front door here. Again, it just pops into this big wall piece here. It does have stickers, which is kind of odd. They're all in good condition, thankfully. But like these flower beds down there, they have stickers, and it's kind of odd Because if we go ahead and we go back to that window that we were just looking at, this piece down here, that is dual molded. So it's really interesting to see all of the different techniques that they were using. Now, Scala, oh no, let me fix that real fast. Did want to say briefly that these two sections, so that is a giant base plate, and then that one is half the size, but they are connected by, because on the outside here, they actually have in regular studs, two studs deep gap, or little ledge that hangs over. In Scala studs, or the Scala clover, as I like to call it, it's one clover deep. But so in the instructions for this set, it has you use just two 2x2 Scala clover. They're the same size as a 4x4 plate, but they're special Scala plates. And they have you put one on each side, which the Scala system is not secure enough for that to be a secure connection. And so I actually have a bunch of other plates lined up in that same gap going all the way through. And if I were to push this thing too far over, which you just saw me adjust it, it does start to fall. So not super secure. Scala, as well as other themes such as Galador and Belleville, are some of the themes that very nearly bankrupted LEGO. And with particularly Scala and Galador, it's really easy to see why that would be the case. Because, I mean, all of these are specialized molds. Just about every piece is a specialized mold, with the plants, for the most part, being an exception, even though the traditional flower piece got new flower tops. They used a lot of accessories that were either from the Fabuland line or originated with Scala and managed to survive, though many of their accessories did not. If we take a look here at this little stand, this is from, I believe it was the laundry room set. It came with this, the washer, and then one of these figures, which I'm not entirely sure on. But we'll talk about the figures in a minute. But we can see that that dish piece down there, that would continue to be used outside of the Scala line. The 1x3 inverted on both sides slope, that would continue to be used. Though I don't think it originated with Scala. I think it came long before in some castle set somewhere. But the great piece there, we'll angle that so that you can get a better look at that. That piece only ever came in that color once, and I believe it's a light salmon color is what Bricklink categorizes it as. It is different from the coral color that Lego has now. They're very similar, but they are in fact different. You can see lots of cool yellow being used for, in particular, the walls. So if we take this little build for the parasol, and if we go ahead and just take that parasol top off, and we'll just move that to the side for now, then we can get a better look at this piece here. So taking a look at this little tower piece, we can see just how specialized the Scala molds were. They use this clover pattern, which is really interesting, because if we take, say, this orange 2x2, and we go ahead and we can put that on there like that, and it's a perfect connection. However, if we try to move it, so that's halfway on, it won't go on. And that's because, oddly enough, it's designed with the stud in the middle. Which, if you look at the if you look at the 2x2 there, it's got the anti-stud right in the middle, and so it's perfectly compatible if you want to stick it straight onto a Scala stud or a Scala clover pattern. And then while we're here taking a look at this pillar piece, you can see that it's got those grooves all throughout it. On every side, it's got those grooves, and what those are there for is looking at this little wall segment that is another Scala piece, and you can tell from the clovers on the top. It is designed so that we can take a piece like this that has that special Scala connection there on the back that I genuinely don't know of any other Lego build that it could work with. But if we take that, then it just clicks into place, and sits on that wall. And that one we can go ahead and we'll just put the TV on there, and bam, you've got your little TV shelf on your wall. And as we go through the house, you'll see many other accessories very similar to the TV, in that they hook into the wall. I took all of the ones that I had and tried to put them into different spots in the different walls. So I hope that you enjoy this little house tour that we're about to go on. So if we go ahead and take a look going in through the front door, we can see a little fabric rug that's there just right in the front entryway. And then coming through over on the side there, we can see the washing machine and a mirror and a painting, as well as some fridges, which we'll get. Now, turning around inside the home, you can see the oven with the stovetop there, and then the sink there with a little cubby on front, and that does, if I can get it, that does open up. Nothing in there. The oven also opens up, and you can take the cake out if you want. It's also got a small little drawer there. And we've got a bunch of these little panels stuck into the wall. We've got some clothes up there. Some little flowery, not sure what that's called actually, but the thing that's not curtains but hangs over a window. We've got one of those there. Out to the side, we can start to see our little dining pad. If we move back, we've got little, I guess, coffee tables. They're really short for these figures. A lot of those pieces are used for like the couches and stuff. But coming out, we've got all of these different little potted plants, which, if you were like me and played the Lego video games, I think Lego Indiana Jones 2 and Harry Potter years 1 through 4 were the only two games to have the level builder in it. But in both of those, I believe you had a pot section that you could build pots from, and the Scala pots were a piece that was available in that section. So I'm quite happy to have some of those in person now. Now, if we go ahead and take a look over here again, we can see those shelves filled with all sorts of different pots and bottles and apples of both the bright green and regular green variety, which I was unfamiliar with regular green apples until I bought this. So That was kind of neat. Also have some books in some odd colors, including in the middle there, that light green color that is no longer around. But so if we shift over to the other side of the stairs here, we can see the outdoor patio here that has that little parasol, not parasol. Said the word earlier. The thing that's not an umbrella, or is an umbrella but for the sun. That's right there. I'm sure that word will come to me. But over here on this couch, we've got a couple of the female figures, which if we go ahead and move them, we'll just put them on the stairs. Then we can take a look at some of the accessories for the couch. We've got this blanket or rug piece right there, and then this is a foam pad with a bit of a design on one side. Super neat pieces. We've even got little throw pillows that are also foam. Super neat, super unique, like a lot of the Scala theme. The issue, of course, just being that it was unsustainable because LEGO couldn't really use a whole lot of parts from the Scala sets outside of the Scala theme, which was unfortunate. Over here we've got our little dining table with a cake on the top, and another figure sitting in a chair there. And we can see the baby chair right there. So now we'll pan back to the stairs here, and we will move up the spiral staircase, which that is probably the hardest part of this build, is that staircase, because those are all individual pieces for each step, as well as the railing is all individual pieces. So, moving our way up the stairs, we then come to the upstairs bedroom. So, taking a look here at the upstairs bedroom, we can see that over here we've got the master bed, as well as the little crib there, and then off to the side we've got a little table with a teapot on it. We've got a large briefcase, and then several different accessory boxes, and the child's potty trainer. Yeah, not a whole lot up here. I guess if we look off to the side here. Oh. Sorry, my camera might be a little uneven, but we can see these fabric towels that are indeed a different material from any of the other things. And it's just so odd to see all of these specialized parts that Lego used. And speaking of specialized parts, I've got here just a long array of the shoe pieces. Now these were really odd to me in that because of the Scala system, they are really difficult to put down, particularly because if we flip that one over, so flipping that shoe over, you can see that it does have an anti-stud. However, that is made to come very nearly in line with the front of the shoe, and so it's not, when with the figures you can hardly get their feet down enough to actually stand on like the studs, which I find really interesting. But while we're here, we may as well go ahead and start taking a closer look at some of these figures. So we'll start with Thomas, the baby. Let's go. Kind of hard to position him. Thomas is all one piece. He's got fabric clothes that are accessories, being a shirt, bottoms, and a hat. The hat is actually a hard plastic, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, he comes with a little sleeping bag that you can put him in. I do think it's really weird for how articulate the other figures are, that Thomas, for whatever reason, is not articulate at all. And it just strikes me as weird because, I don't know, I would think that if you were playing with this, that, you know, you'd want to have the baby actually be able to put its arms and legs down so that it could, you know, go in the crib and sleep. But so then let's take a look at the adult male figure, which his name is, I believe, Christian. So just so that you can see how tall the Scala figure is, we've got generic minifigure man here, and so we'll just, if we can get him to stand, that's how tall a regular minifigure is. A regular minifigure comes about to Christian's knee there. Super fascinating. You might wonder how the clothes work on these figures. Now, some of them, like this robe here, you know, it opens up and you can wrap it around through the figure's arms. But other ones, like Christian's turtleneck here, if we flip him around, that's a solid seam there. And, you know, if you look at his head, you might say that it's too big to get the turtleneck out and around it, and that's true. which is why the figures, oh no, generic minifigure man just died. But the figure's head is actually a squishable rubber, which allows for the neck to be exposed there so that you can take off the sweatshirt and whatnot. Now, taking off the sweatshirt to get a better look at some of the figure's articulation functions, we can see that they're very generic, basic doll types, where, you know, very little details, but they do have 2 points of articulation on the arm, being the shoulder and the elbow. The hands do not have a point of articulation, which is kind of interesting. The legs also have 2 points of articulation, that being at the thigh and at the knee there. And of course the shoes are a separate piece, and they do come off, but they're not exactly the easiest to get on or off, so I won't be taking them off. No feet pics today. Yeah, that's the basic Scala figure. Again, just another in the large variety of Scala pieces that are so specialized that, you know, they'd never be able to be used anywhere else. If we take a look at the woman figure here, super interesting to me, where they use real hair, and then they've got a little braid piece there that is a hard plastic, with a stud attachment on the top. But again, all the same points of articulation as the male figure, just with a slimmer physique. Yeah, basically just Lego Barbie. So if we take a look here, we've got the Scala adult female figure. We've got generic minifigure man. And then we've got a witch from the Belleville line. Now, Belleville was another theme that I believe at a certain point in time ran concurrently with Scala before becoming Scala's successor. But as you can see, the Belleville figure was still very large. It didn't require as many specialized pieces. A lot of system bricks could be used for Belleville. However, Belleville still used a drastically different color palette than a lot of Lego sets. A lot of those colors we have seen return in the past 5, maybe 10 years, which, you know, is nice, because a lot of those are neat colors. But, you know, you can see that there's such a difference, and I'll go ahead and take her hat off, because her hat adds quite a bit of height to her. And so you can see the clear difference in sizes and, how much things truly had to be scaled up for the Scala figure. But I think that's just about it for this set review. I may have actually gone on a bit longer than I thought I would. But yeah, this is a super neat set. I'm really glad to have gotten this. I got it for $50, which this set alone, not including all the accessories that did not come with this set, goes for quite a bit of money. I believe the cheapest is like $112 in the UK on Bricklink. So I'm not entirely sure. I did clear off some shelf space where I want to put this, but it's really big, so I may end up taking it apart. I don't know. I'd prefer not to. But yeah, so I will put in a few more spins of the house going all the way around, and then I think that'll do it. So thank you for watching. I really do appreciate that. This is the second channel. Trying to get it to take off. I know it won't take off nearly as fast as the first channel, which I'm fine with. But I really do appreciate everyone who sticks around and watches the videos. I try and put some time into them. Obviously, they're not fully edited, but I do appreciate you watching the video. Always appreciate seeing likes, comments, and of course subscriptions. So yeah, you know what to do. I think I'm going to try and give this spiel a little bit less going forward. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.